Available now on Blu-ray from Arrow Home Video is Sleep from 2020. This is a German horror art house thriller, let's say, that I had never heard of until it hit Arrow. It's one of those interesting things where Arrow is mostly known for putting out catalog titles, like, let's say, classics, movies from decades past, but occasionally they are the first video release for certain movies. So Sleep was released in 2020 during the pandemic, so it probably had a little bit of a rough go in the theaters. A lot of the extras sort of detail how all of the film festival screenings and Q&As were done virtually, or so many were done virtually. But we're not talking about the extras yet, we're talking about this movie. So the setup for Sleep is a youngish woman, early 20s, let's say, late teens, early 20s, I think, lives with her mother. Her mother keeps having these weird dreams about this hotel, and men keep dying at the hotel, and she suddenly sees a photo in a book of the hotel or an ad for it. So the mother, who's a stewardess, goes to this hotel and has a breakdown. And the daughter goes to be with her mother, who's in the hospital in this small, mountain town near this hotel. The hotel, which is strangely like under new ownership and being renovated and looks far less inhabited than it was when the mother was there not long ago, which is one of many things in this movie that are just a little off. And so the girl goes there to wait for her mother to regain the power of speech and get better, and stays at the hotel where her mother went and starts having visions and dreams herself. And then it gets weird from there. I don't want to get into it too much. The film is incredibly atmospheric. It feels like a misty, Twin Peaksy kind of mountain village where there's very little except this hotel and the little town that's right there. And people are quirky and weird. There's a lot of secrets, and strange things are afoot at this mountainside hotel. Incredibly atmospheric, very well shot, some pretty disturbing, weird, shocking moments. Really, really well made film. It brings to mind a David Lynch kind of thing many times. I will say there were many times where I didn't understand what was going on in this movie, because this woman is sort of almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Scenes will go on that you will then realize are a dream. So is it a vision? Is it a dream? Is it reality? You don't quite know a lot of the time. It kind of goes in and out, but very striking, very strange, very edgy at times. And one that's, I think if you're like an A24 person, if you like movies like Hereditary and The Witch and Midsummer and things like that, I think this is very much up your alley, or Lamb, very much in that vein. And it's a new movie. I always say it's Arrow, so it's going to look great. It's Arrow and it's a new movie, so it looks great. It is loaded with extras. Voluminous extras. That's often the upshot of Arrow putting out a movie that's brand new, is that they have full access to everybody, the filmmakers and recent press reviews and all that, interviews and things like that. So there's an introduction for the movie by the lead and the director, and there is a ton of extras that are about the making of the film and the interviews with everybody involved in the film, and tons of, as I started to say at the beginning, tons of clips or discussion of all these Q&As that were done for film festivals virtually, all this Zoom action. You see a lot of extras for Blu-rays now that people did via Zoom. It's the new way, the easiest way for people from far away to do things together. There's a commentary by Sean Hogan and Kim Newman, which is interesting because I'm like, wow, they're doing, these guys usually do commentaries on older films, and actually Kim Newman even says that right up front. It's rare that I do a commentary for a movie I've just seen, but they do a commentary. Alexandra Heller-Nicholas does a visual essay. There's another visual essay about the theme of dreams by somebody who's an expert on dreams at a university. And one thing I really, really liked about this, that they've started doing, this is the first release I've seen this on. It's also maybe the newest thing I've received from Arrow. They have a warning at the top of the extras saying some of these extras contain spoilers. Because I have noticed with some of the Arrow introductions, when I start to play them before a movie, some of them are lengthy and they get into what the movie's about, and they have clips, and I'm just like, oh, no. All I want to hear in an introduction is, hi, I'm so-and-so, and you're going to love it, and here it is. Or we took a long time making it, and this is how it came to be. I don't want to hear anything about this movie's going to be about. So Arrow has started saying these extras have spoilers. And they also are offering subtitles, which is interesting, even in things that are English language. So you can choose to play it with subs if you are hearing impaired or you want to vacuum while you watch your extras. So Sleep 2020, very interesting movie. I would say this very much for people who like contemporary horror, thoughtful horror, foreign films, and horror that is not just somebody with a chainsaw chasing somebody around. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Available now on Blu-ray. Sleep.